Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Teen Show. Today we have Ali Solanki as a guest with us. So, Ali, can you just please introduce yourself?
I am a college student myself. I'm in
Okay,
my fourth year, doing my engineering,
okay,
and on the sides, I build products. On the weekends, I code. I do freelancing, and I also have an agency which is called Watermelon Gang,
okay,
and it is a social media management agency. So basically, we handle social media accounts, for example, Instagram, YouTube, and all these things for different brands. So
okay,
that's probably what I do. There are a lot
okay,
of things, but yeah.
okay. So, the first question, you do a lot of things. So how do you manage your time?
I think that's a question that I get the most often.
Yeah,
Um, to be really honest, no one has really figured out how to manage time. But
okay.
like I would not say I'm the perfect guy when it comes to that, but
Mm-hmm.
what I've seen or what has worked for me is that usually if you go to classrooms or your colleges, right, all of they usually have these timetables, right? Ki
Yeah, yeah.
9 to 5, 9 to 10 is
Hmm.
this particular period, 10 to
Hmm.
11 is this period, and that is what you'll be doing for that time.
Yeah.
For me, it never worked, right? I used to
Okay.
have timetables that this is how I will structure my day and this is how it will go,
Hmm.
but it never worked for me.
Okay.
What worked, however, was, for example, after this session, I would
Hmm.
be writing down whatever I need to do tomorrow,
Hmm.
and there would be like a task list. So I have my book over here,
Okay.
and I'll be writing the task list. I'll be doing those tasks, ticking them off, and then
Hmm.
scheduling it later for the next day. So
Hmm.
for me, what worked is task-based work rather
Hmm.
than time-based work.
Okay.
So instead of allotting like specific time for things,
Hmm.
I usually work more on task-based things.
Okay, understand. Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you are doing your engineering. So
Yeah.
you're handling a lot of thing and I believe you're earning more than an engineer. So why not just drop out or like घर का pressure degree पूरा करना है or what's that?
हाँ, तो मैं थोड़ा इसको ये बताता हूँ। तो बेसिकली व्हाट हैड हैपेंड वाज,
हम्म
अभी फर्स्ट ईयर में घुसे थे, तभी तो
हम्म
मैं बस एक्सप्लोर कर रहा था। आई वाज नॉट अर्निंग, सो
ठीक है।
ड्रॉप आउट की तो बात आती नहीं
हम्म
है। फिर सेकंड ईयर आया। सो सेकंड ईयर में लाइक आई वाज जस्ट गोइंग थ्रू माय सेकंड ईयर एंड कोविड हिट हो गया।
ओके।
सो सब ऑनलाइन हो गया था, राइट? एंड दैट्स
हम्म
वेयर my real growth happened. Like I
ओके।
started posting regularly on YouTube. I
हम्म
formed a really good community of the cream of the cream audience, and
हम्म
a lot of good things happened, right?
ओके
So उसके बाद सेकेंड ईयर थर्ड ईयर तो ऑनलाइन ही निकल गया।
ओके।
एंड आफ्टर दैट अभी फोर्थ ईयर है, सो वो एक थिंकिंग आ जाती है कि यार
हम्म
लास्ट ईयर है, अभी कंप्लीट कर ही लेते हैं। एंड टू बी रियली ऑनेस्ट, माय कॉलेज इज प्रीटी गुड, सो राइट नाउ माय अटेंडेंस इज वेरी लो।
I saw that in
लास्ट
your reel like भाई तू एग्जाम देने
yeah,
एक घंटे पहले पढ़ के जा रहा
I know my college is good, so
है।
I would say I picked a really good college,
ओके।
but they help you in doing your extracurricular and other things.
हम्म
So वो लोग push करते हैं कि हाँ जाओ, तुम कर रहे हो करो.
हम्म
So that is one of the things that has helped
ओके
me. Without it, I probably wouldn't be able to do so many things.
okay. So when you just started, what pushed you? Like how did you introduce yourself to all these things?
I think what pushed me is something that pushes each of the college students. ये है कि
Okay.
first year में घुसते हैं,
Hmm.
we think कि अभी से you are free, you
Hmm.
can do
Hmm.
whatever you want, and
Hmm.
then that hits you कि नहीं bro, अभी तुम कर नहीं सकते whatever you want to do, क्योंकि
Hmm.
कुछ भी करने के लिए पैसे चाहिए रहते हैं,
Exactly.
right? Whatever you want to do, you need money for it. So
Hmm.
how do you earn money? And that's what pushed me kind of.
Hmm.
एंड दूसरी एक चीज है विच आई रियलाइज इट लेटर डाउन द लाइन कि मैं ऐसे क्यों काम कर रहा हूँ। देखो, पैसे
Hmm.
कमाने के बहुत सारे तरीके
Okay.
हैं। यू कैन डू अ जॉब, 9 to 5 जॉब कर लो, वहां से भी पैसे आ जाएंगे। यू
Hmm.
कैन प्रॉब्ली वर्क अंडर समवन एंड वहां से भी आ जाएंगे। व्हाट
Hmm.
आई चोज वाज वर्क फॉर माई सेल्फ, राइट? वो जो
Okay.
फ्रीडम है, दैट वाज रियली रियली इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी।
Okay.
सो उसके बारे में like when I thought deeply about it, मुझे पता
Hmm.
चला कि it was because of one incident that had happened in like early days of my growing up. So
Okay.
I think 8th standard या 9th standard की बात है. So
Hmm.
basically मैं मॉम के साथ में कहीं तो बाहर गया था and
Hmm.
we had this long queue. हम लोग एक बैंक के तरफ जा रहे थे.
Hmm.
बैंक में बड़ी सी क्यू थी. आई थिंक शी वांटेड टू डिपॉजिट समथिंग और आई डोंट रियली नो क्या काम था.
Okay.
बट जैसे ही हम काउंटर तक पहुंचे वी वर ऑलरेडी लाइक वेरी टायर्ड क्योंकि बड़ी क्यू थी. वी वर वेटिंग फॉर सो लॉन्ग.
Hmm.
वहां पर जाके even the receptionist or the person who was
Hmm.
sitting behind the desk, she was also probably pretty frustrated. So
Hmm.
she was very rude, okay. And she constantly was looking at her time कि अरे यार टाइम क्या हो रहा है, बैंक बंद कब होएगी, ये वो. आई थिंक
Hmm.
3 o'clock को कुछ बैंक बंद हो रही थी. सो शी वॉज कॉन्स्टेंटली लुकिंग एट इट एंड वी वर प्रॉब्ली द लास्ट पीपल
Hmm.
टू गेट दोज थिंग्स डन. सो वहां पे वो जो सिनेरियो था ना वो मेरे दिमाग में कहीं तो बैठ गया कि यार
Hmm.
अगर मुझे आगे बड़े होके कुछ करना है ना तो एटलीस्ट ये नहीं बनना है कि मैं
Okay.
कॉन्स्टेंटली जॉब में बैठ के आई एम लुकिंग एट माई
Hmm.
टाइम, कब निकलना है वो देखना है. यूर यू नो और मैंने ये भी चीज़ देखी है कि यूजुअली व्हेन पीपल आर इन 9 to 5 जॉब्स और गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स और समथिंग लाइक दैट, एंड
Hmm.
ये बहुत जनरल स्टेटमेंट है,
Hmm.
बट यूजुअली दे डोंट अपस्किल देमसेल्व्स. लाइक
Yeah.
दे विल
Yeah.
लर्न स्किल
Hmm.
and वो skill के basis पे they will make money for like
Hmm.
20-30 years.
They'll
It's
just keep doing it and they just don't upgrade themselves.
yeah,
And that's where they lag
yeah,
behind. Yeah, exactly.
exactly. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong in that.
Hmm.
मतलब some people want a comfortable life. They don't want to upskill themselves. They don't want to keep
Hmm.
learning.
Yeah.
But मेरा philosophy एक मानता है कि नहीं, this
Hmm.
is not how I want to live my life. I
Yeah.
want to keep competing with myself. Otherwise, there's no
Hmm.
fun, right?
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
boring life otherwise.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So I think that is one of the major motivations behind what I do.
Okay. So you said me you have an agency. Can you just give an overview to the
Yeah.
audience?
Yeah, so the agency is called Watermelon Gang. I'm
Okay.
currently wearing the merch,
Okay.
but yeah, so Watermelon Gang, what it does is it handles different brands' social media pages.
Okay.
So you see those Instagram content creators creating content for different brands. That is
Hmm.
something that we do. So
Okay.
currently we have been working with a lot of Web3 focused brands. For example,
Okay.
CoinDCX है.
Hmm.
There are other brands also. उनके
Yeah.
लिए हम लोग Instagram से लेके Twitter से लेके everything, right? We manage
Hmm.
all of these things.
Okay.
And we also are now exploring other options. जैसे
Okay.
अभी हम fintech brands को भी target कर रहे हैं. We also have one of our clients as Kotak Mahindra. So
Hmm.
right now we also are expanding into the fintech brands section because we've realized
Hmm.
कि यार ये सब brands को तुम देखोगे ना,
Hmm.
usually जो social media handle कर रहे हैं उनके pages and all these things, they are
Hmm.
usually people who are way older.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't
Yeah.
know their target audience well and उनको पता
Hmm.
नहीं है यार trends क्या चल रहे हैं. They
They
don't
just
even
keep
have an
following a
Instagram account.
traditional way, I think.
Exactly, उनके पास खुद का
Yeah.
Instagram account नहीं है bro. So वो चीज़ हमें थोड़ी change करनी थी. We saw a
Hmm.
gap in the market, we went in it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we do.
So you started this agency alone?
Yeah, so when I started, so I'll tell you the backstory of it. So
Okay.
basically, अभी जैसे मैं कंटेंट बना रहा था यूट्यूब पर तो वहां पर
Hmm.
हमें स्पॉन्सरशिप्स आती है, राइट? सो
Yeah.
एवरी कंटेंट क्रिएटर
Hmm.
मेक्स द मोस्ट अमाउंट ऑफ मनी थ्रू
Through
ब्रांड
sponsorships.
डील्स.
Yeah.
या
Hmm.
इफ दे डोंट हैव अ बिजनेस देन दे मेक इट थ्रू दैट.
Hmm.
सो अभी वहां से मुझे ब्रांड डील्स आने लग गई थी एंड आई रियली
Hmm.
लाइक्ड द ब्रांड्स दैट वर स्पॉन्सरिंग द कंटेंट.
Hmm.
One of those brands was CoinDCX, right? They
Okay.
were our first, like, उससे पहले भी ब्रांड्स आ चुकी है बट दैट
Hmm.
वाज द ब्रांड व्हिच वाज लाइक वेरी बिग फॉर मी एज अ
Okay.
कंटेंट क्रिएटर.
Okay.
तो CoinDCX जब आई तो उनके पास एक रिक्वायरमेंट थी व्हिच वाज टू रिकॉर्ड 8 वीडियोस. ओके.
Okay.
सो दीज 8 वीडियोस का टाइम ड्यूरेशन आई थिंक वाज 1 मंथ. ठीक है, एक
Okay.
महीने में वो खाली रिकॉर्ड करना है, नॉट इवन एडिट, जस्ट रिकॉर्ड इट एंड
Hmm.
दैट्स इट. दे हैव द स्क्रिप्ट, दे हैव एवरीथिंग.
Okay.
I was like, सही है, मतलब they were paying good amount of money. I just had to
Hmm.
go to their studio, record the content and that's it.
Hmm.
तो मुझे याद है ये उनका जो स्टूडियो है दैट्स इन उल्हासनगर, विच इज क्वाइट
Okay.
फार फ्रॉम वेयर आई लिव इन
Hmm.
अंधेरी एंड उल्हासनगर इट्स लाइक अ 2-3 hour ड्राइव.
Hmm.
सो मैं वहाँ पर गया एंड आई
Hmm.
वेंट देयर ऑन सैटरडे.
Okay.
सैटरडे मॉर्निंग में गए हम एंड आई कैरीड लाइक अ बैग ऑफ ऑल
Hmm.
द क्लोथ्स दैट आई विल यूज टू चेंज. एंड तभी
Hmm.
का प्लान ये था कि वील ओनली रिकॉर्ड लाइक 2 videos, राइट? वो पूरे दिन
Hmm.
में 2 videos
दो
रिकॉर्ड
वीडियोस
करना है
हाँ.
वैसे. बट मैंने ज़्यादा कपड़े लेके गए. मैं बोला कि नहीं यार, 2 videos के लिए मैं उल्हासनगर तक नहीं जा रहा बार बार.
Hmm.
उससे अच्छा है मैं एक ही टाइम पे कर लूँ. So I
Hmm.
went there and we recorded all the 8 videos
8 videos in a
and
day.
in a day. And they were so impressed by that कि उसी दिन there was some crypto crash or some news in the crypto market
Okay.
जो रात में उनको पता चला.
Hmm.
And they were like, क्या तुम ये भी रिकॉर्ड कर लोगे एक 9th वीडियो?
Hmm.
आई वाज लाइक, कर लेंगे, स्टूडियो
Hmm.
है, एवरीथिंग इज देयर, सब
Hmm.
पड़ा हुआ है. I'll make the script and I'll do it right away.
Hmm.
So we wrote the script over there.
Hmm.
Overnight I stayed and वहाँ पे ही फिर हमने डिलीवर किया एंड संडे को मैं वापस आ गया. So
Okay.
और इसमें भी
Hmm.
सिर्फ हमें रिकॉर्डिंग करना था, राइट? द
Hmm.
टास्क वाज ओनली फॉर रिकॉर्डिंग. व्हाट आई
Hmm.
डिड वाज आई स्टार्टेड गिविंग देम एक्स्ट्रा सर्विसेज. मैं उनके
Hmm.
वीडियोस एडिट करके दे देता था. मैं
Hmm.
उनको थंबनेल्स में हेल्प कर देता था.
Hmm.
एंड धीरे ही धीरे what I
Hmm.
realized was I was doing almost everything for them, right?
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
was recording, editing, even the content creators that were there on their page were recommended by me. Like मैं उनको
You're mainly
दे रहा था
managing the
content.
social media.
एग्जैक्टली.
Yeah.
सो वो चीज़ ऐसे नहीं हुई थी कि पहले ही दिन पे दे गेव मी देयर एंटायर सोशल मीडिया. वो धीरे धीरे
Hmm.
मैंने ट्रस्ट बिल्ड किया कि
Hmm.
छोटे
Hmm.
से चालू करते 8 videos से. एंड देन
Hmm.
धीरे धीरे आई केप्ट बिल्डिंग ऑन टू दैट एंड आई
Hmm.
एडिक्टेड देम. ठीक है कि
Hmm.
उनको ऐसा हो गया कि अभी यही सब कर रहा है, इसको बस बोलना है कि मैनेज कर दे एंड ही विल गेट एवरीथिंग डन फॉर अस.
Hmm. Hmm.
सो वो एक पॉइंट जब आ गया तभी वो क्लाइंट बन गए. एंड तभी तक तो आई हैड नॉट इवन termed it as an agency, right? I was doing it
Okay.
by myself. There was no one else.
Okay. Hmm.
So फिर एक co-founder थी. She came in.
Hmm.
She handled some operations and all the back end things क्योंकि मेरे लिए बहुत टफ हो रहा था सब मैनेज
हाँ
करना.
हाँ.
Then we got in some video editors. We formed an entire proper team, social media
Hmm.
managers and everything.
Hmm.
तो उसके बाद फिर क्लाइंट्स भी आने लग गए. कॉइन डीसीएक्स ने भी दूसरे क्लाइंट्स को पिच किया था हमारे बारे
Hmm.
में. सो दे ऑल्सो केम इन. सो वी गॉट
Hmm.
इन few more clients and then धीरे धीरे करके it's at a place where I don't have to manage anything right now.
Hmm.
It's being managed by other people. तो वहाँ पर मैं अभी actively काम नहीं कर रहा हूँ, but yeah,
Okay.
that's going on.
So you are a team of how many people?
So right now we are a team of 5 full-time people.
Okay.
So because right now हमारे वहाँ पे एक policy है कि
Hmm.
we do not take more than 5 clients at a time. So
Okay.
जैसे ही 5 client से ऊपर बढ़ जाता है, what happens is we would need to scale. And there is this
Hmm.
thing in agency business,
Hmm.
and you would notice this with your content piece also once you grow. It's
Okay.
that the work that is done by your employees or the people that work in your agency is the
Hmm.
square root of the number of people that are there. So what it
Hmm.
means is, say for example, there are 4 people. तो
Okay.
आधा काम, okay, the
Hmm.
half of the work
Hmm.
would be done by the square root of the people, which is 2.
Hmm.
So here everything would be divided perfectly well. तो 4 जन
Hmm.
रहते हैं तो that's the optimal state. उससे
Hmm.
ज्यादा बढ़ता है तो I'll just give you an example. जैसे 100 लोग की अगर एजेंसी बन जाती है तो
Hmm.
10 लोग जो रहेंगे ना उसमें, वो
Hmm.
आधा काम कर रहे रहेंगे. 90 people would be doing the rest of the half of the work.
Hmm.
एंड ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है विथ एजेंसी मॉडल. एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई थिंक
Hmm.
एजेंसीज को स्केल करना it's difficult. And
Yeah.
that's why I only taken like very high ticket clients.
Hmm.
Just they have huge budgets. It's okay for me to have a small team, hire
Hmm.
in freelancers for all the things that I do,
Yeah.
and yeah, get it done from them.
Okay, that's great. What is your current earning? Like, how much are you earning right now in a month?
I don't like to put in figures for it.
Okay.
But I would say कि अभी की अर्निंग नहीं बोलता हूँ मैं. लास्ट ईयर की बताता हूँ.
चलेगा.
तो लास्ट ईयर आई वाज
हम्म.
earning per month the average annual package that is offered by our college. तो वो अभी देख लेना. बट
Okay.
जो एवरेज एनुअल पैकेज होती थी हमारे
हम्म.
कॉलेज की, दैट इज समथिंग दैट आई वाज अर्निंग पर मंथ.
Okay.
सो या,
Maybe 3 to 4 iPhones a month.
you can not, it's quite less actually. It's
Okay.
more than that.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Great. So you said you are doing many things. About
Yeah.
coding, I just saw a video like you have uploaded a mind map or a road map kind of. So
Yeah.
if we have an audience, like there are people currently past that 12th standard and they want to pursue coding or they want to pursue the tech field. So what would you recommend? Like what's the best path, or like they should go with like which field in coding? Like there are blockchain, there is cloud technology, there are many specializations. So which will
Yeah.
you like prefer?
The most,
Yeah.
I would rather prefer somewhere where the demand is very high, and
Okay.
the number of freelancers or people who are working in that sector who
Hmm.
have that skill is quite
Hmm.
less. ठीक है.
Okay.
तो अब वो चेंज होते रहता है.
Hmm.
फॉर एग्जांपल, लास्ट ईयर तक ब्लॉकचेन में बहुत ज्यादा डिमांड थी, सप्लाई
Hmm.
वाज वेरी लेस. देयर
Yeah.
वर नॉट अ लॉट ऑफ ब्लॉकचेन डेवलपर्स. अभी
Yeah.
भी डेवलपर्स कम है. द
हाँ.
डिमांड हैज a bit low, right? अभी इतनी
Hmm.
डिमांड नहीं है. अभी
Hmm.
वो डिमांड शिफ्ट हो गई है एआई पे, राइट?
Hmm.
सो राइट नाउ द न्यू ट्रेंड इज एआई. सो
Yeah.
एआई में ज्यादा डेवलपर्स नहीं है, एंड जो भी डेवलपर्स है दे डोंट नो द लाइक, उनको डीप में नहीं पता है, नॉलेज नहीं है, right? They
Hmm.
just know the surface level things. So
Hmm.
right now, if you were to ask me, I would say probably AI and blockchain, a combination of both of these things.
AI and blockchain. Okay. So
Yeah.
AI consists of like, you have any idea about AI? Like if someone wants to learn
Yeah.
AI, which are the main languages of AI?
Yeah, so the major language that most AI ML
AI
guys
is dependent
use,
on Python, I think so.
yeah, Python. So
Hmm.
Python is like the most used language over there, and it's quite
Okay.
beginner friendly also.
Okay.
So yeah,
And for blockchain, like you can go for Solidity. As I am a blockchain
yeah,
student, so I have a overview of the blockchain. Like how does it work?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So if there's a student who's just passed his 12th and came into first year, so
yeah.
what are the things you recommend to him? Like,
Yeah, so for me, what worked the best was
hmm,
explore, right?
hmm,
I went into every single thing. To be
hmm,
really honest, when I went into my first year, I couldn't fit in.
okay,
Because most of the people were running the rat race of getting the highest CGPA
hmm, hmm,
and getting the highest placements. In fact,
yeah,
मुझे अभी भी याद है,
hmm,
हमारे कॉलेज में ना बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट क्लब्स होते हैं, एंड
hmm.
आई थिंक एवरी कॉलेज हैज दिस.
Every college has that.
And they used to join these student clubs just because it would look good on their CV. I used
Hmm,
to join it because I wanted to upskill myself. I wanted to learn
hmm,
new things. That's why.
hmm,
So first year may just explore, right?
hmm,
See what you can learn, what you can look at. Even if it's like something like dance and music and something of that sorts, go and explore. First year में वो करना बहुत important है.
hmm,
Um, I think subsequent years may, so once you enter your first year ka we got it covered. Once you
hmm,
enter your second year, right? Second year में थोड़ा तुम्हें clarity होगा कि these are the things that I don't want to do. वहाँ
hmm,
पे क्या नहीं करना है वो उसका clarity आ जाएगा. क्या
hmm,
करना है का कोई कोई लोगों को आता है, किसी को नहीं आता है, right?
hmm,
So वहाँ पर explore करो. Second year में just keep on seeing what are the trends, try to pick it up, and also participate in things which would take you inter college, right?
hmm,
क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग क्या हो जाते हैं कि वो अपने कॉलेज में ही रह जाते हैं. They
hmm,
don't go and explore, like for example hackathons बहुत होते हैं,
hmm,
and it is like the best opportunity for developers or people who want to code
hmm,
to interact with other people.
hmm,
So hackathons में participate करो, right? First year में शायद नहीं कर पाओगे because you don't have any skill or any knowledge, but
hmm,
second year से तुम कर सकते हो ये सब. Then we come over to third year. तो third year में अभी बहुत अच्छी clarity आ जाएगी. You'd have knowledge about, okay, these are the things that do not interest me, these are the things that I'm good at, and all these things.
yeah,
अभी एक major point है कि while you go through all of these things, just document, right? Document का मतलब हो गया कि take a pen and paper and write, ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं.
hmm,
डायरी
hmm,
लिखो, ये सब मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. what I'm trying to tell you is make your social media strong. Why I'm telling you all this is because that is what worked for me, right?
Yeah.
So अभी जैसे personal branding की बहुत बात होती है आजकल कि you have to build your personal brand, but how do you
Yeah.
actually do?
Yeah.
लोगों को ये confusion रहता है कि niche क्या पकड़े, मतलब मुझे कंटेंट बनाना है, नीश क्या पकड़ूं? नीश तू है ब्रो, लाइक यू आर द नीश. Start making content about what you are doing during your day and whatever you are learning, just share it with the people.
Yeah, that was
So
my question, like कि हाँ कि if किसी को personal brand build करना हो, so how do they
हाँ,
start?
yeah, so see, that's a very good question, right? कि personal brand start कैसे करें? तो I would say देखो एक basic रोड मैप दे देते हैं कि पहले ना ट्विटर पर जाओ, ट्विटर पे ट्वीट्स डालो, क्योंकि ट्विटर इज द इजीएस्ट टू क्रैक. कि एक ट्वीट डालने में कितना टाइम जाता है, 255 कैरेक्टर का लिमिट रहता है ना, उसमें कितना ही टाइम जाएगा. Just put out a tweet of what you did during the day, what you learned, and try to interact with other people also. वहां से फिर थोड़ा थोड़ा ट्रांजिशन करना towards LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is where you write proper
Yeah.
long form articles. And एक टिप दे दूंगा कि if you want your tweets or your LinkedIn post to go viral या have more eyeballs catching over there, then
Yeah.
use emojis first and use proper pointers. कि मतलब
Okay.
deep में मत जाओ पूरा ऐसे. कोई कोई लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि they start going in depth with everything they've learned. Don't do that.
Okay.
Try to keep it as short as possible. लोगों के पास टाइम नहीं होता है.
हाँ.
After that, also add in images. ठीक है?
Okay.
So this is what I've learned when I was building my social media agency, right? So we used to do a lot of these experiments and research कि कौन सा content work होता है, कौन सा नहीं. And what we realized was that there are 4 stages of trust with the audience. The most basic one is written content. तो अभी जैसे यही content, the thing that I'm saying right now, if it was written and I was not in a video, then probably the trust that the audience would have with me would be the least.
Yeah.
ठीक है? उसके बाद आता है audio content. So if this podcast was being listened to on some Spotify or some, या Twitter Spaces पर हम ये बात कर रहे होते, तो शायद से वो जो ट्रस्ट लेवल रहता है वो सेकंड लेवल का ट्रस्ट लेवल होता है. The third level is this video. कि video में they are able to see my expressions, they are able to see how I'm changing my voice and what I'm doing with my hands and everything. So that is the third level of trust. But उससे भी एक ऊपर level रहता है, and that is meetups, one-on-one.
Yeah.
If the audience that was consuming this content was right in front of us and we were probably on a stage talking about these things, the level of trust would be the highest. Right?
Yeah.
So that's
and
why
I think you said meetups, and I also think meetups also play a very important role in building a personal brand. Like if you go to a random network meetup, you just shake hands and you should introduce yourself and give a card. It will help you some or the other way.
Of course. I think I have closed a lot of clients, especially Web3 में. तो ये सब जो Web3 events और ये सब होते थे, I used to attend a lot of them, and वहाँ से the conversion rates were very high. मैंने आज तक एक cold email नहीं लिखा है. Being a freelancer for such a long time, I've never written a cold email. I let clients come to me. राइट और ये सब मीटअप्स पे मैं जाता हूँ, तभी मैं उनसे बात करता हूँ. आई अंडरस्टैंड देयर पेन पॉइंट. ये एक बहुत अच्छी एक्सरसाइज है. सो हैव यू वॉच्ड वुल्फ ऑफ वॉल स्ट्रीट? यू वॉच वुल्फ ऑफ, उसमें एक सीन है कि सेल मी दिस पेन, राइट? उसमें क्या होता है, द मेजर थिंकिंग अबाउट इट इज दैट सामने वाले को अगर नीड नहीं है तो सेल करके कोई मतलब नहीं. एग्जैक्टली. इफ आई टेल यू कि भाई ये पेन खरीद ले, यू आर लाइक मैं मार्केट में ही नहीं हूँ पेन खरीदने के, तो व्हाई वुड आई बाय दिस पेन, राइट? So you should probably go to someone who needs a pen, who is looking for a pen. Similarly, when you write cold emails, you're just shooting a dart in the air. Like dark में तुम shoot कर रहे हो. You don't even know if the client even wants social media management from you. Probably they have an internal team managing it, right? And they are comfortable with it. So what I did differently was that मैंने ये सब छोड़ दिया. मैंने बोला कि cold emails नहीं work होते, and even if they work, you don't get the quality clients that you would require for an agency. I let the clients come to me. I built my personal brand. I focus that energy towards building my personal brand and
Hmm.
creating content for myself,
Hmm.
and then let the clients come in through watching my content or watching all of these things. So
Okay.
that's the that's the advantage of having a personal brand.
इससे एक और क्वेश्चन आता है मेरे को कि फॉर एग्जांपल हम आई वेंट टू अ नेटवर्क प्लेस, आई वेंट टू अ इवेंट जहाँ पे नेटवर्क करने की अपॉर्चुनिटी है, बट वहाँ पे लोग शाई है. सो हाउ डू यू इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ, एंड ऐसे वे में कैसे इंट्रोड्यूस करके हाँ सामने वाले को याद रह जाए कि आई मेट अ पर्सन इन नीड डज दिस एंड दैट, एंड लाइक या ही अप्रोचेस यू.
So again, if you go to the start of this podcast, right?
हम्म.
When you told me to introduce myself, what did I
हम्म.
say? I asked you about your target audience, the people who
या.
would watch this video, right?
या.
कि वो college students है. So
हम्म.
what would relate the most to a college student is another college student, right? Who
या.
has gone through the same thing.
या.
So similarly, ask
हम्म.
questions. Just like I
ओके.
told you about the sales technique, it applies over
हाँ.
here also.
हम्म.
When you introduce yourself, don't go in and start introducing yourself. First ask the other person, let them introduce themselves. Let's see कि उनको क्या problems है, things है. For example, अभी मैं Web3 meetups में जाता था,
हम्म.
तो मैं एक developer भी हूँ. I can
हम्म.
develop blockchain applications and मैं
या.
social media भी manage करता हूँ.
ओके.
Marketing and coding, it's
हम्म.
completely different,
या दे
right?
आर.
How do you introduce yourself in that space? तो मैं क्या करता था
हम्म.
कि मैं जाकर लोगों से बात करता था कि what do they do?
या.
अभी अगर they are handling a proper brand, and then I
हम्म.
would ask them कि are you facing problems in development or marketing? मतलब क्या what is your major focus right now, and how are you
हम्म.
doing both of these things? अगर वो
हम्म.
बोलते कि marketing में problems है, हमें outsource करना है, we need an agency, so then I would introduce myself as I'm the founder of Watermelon Gang. I have
हम्म.
this agency, we handle these brands, and that is how I introduce.
या.
Otherwise, if they tell me ki we are building the blockchain product and we
हम्म.
need a proper tech guy who can take it forward,
हम्म.
help us build the blockchain application or any application, web application or whatever,
हम्म.
then I would probably tell them that these are the applications that I've built and I'm a developer and I can
हम्म.
help you do that.
ओके.
So introduction should always be tailored towards how your audience is and who is in front of you.
I got it. Here comes my next question. Like if a person is freelancing, like how do you get the maximum number of clients? What is the best way to get clients?
The best way is two ways, okay? And by
Hmm.
the way, I was doing this cohort and I'm
Hmm.
still doing it.
Hmm.
So basically in this cohort, I am teaching everyone who's joining in, like on Saturdays and Sundays, I conduct these sessions.
Okay.
And in that, I'm telling them the entire thing about freelancing, like right from start. And मैंने ये चीज भी बहुत नोटिस की है. तुमने देखा रहेगा कोर्सेज और ये सब जो तुम बाय करते हो,
Hmm.
उसमें they usually have theory lessons which are quite
Yeah.
boring,
Yeah.
right? कुछ practical नहीं होता है. You
हाँ.
can't apply that in real world. अब
हाँ.
फ्रीलांसिंग में भी मैंने बहुत सारे कोर्सेज देखे थे
Hmm.
एंड उसमें कोल्ड ईमेल्स के बारे में बात हो रही थी. मुझे पता है
Hmm.
वो वर्क नहीं होते. दे सेंड इन
Hmm.
दोस कोल्ड ईमेल टेम्पलेट्स, राइट?
Yeah.
कि
Yeah.
ये टेम्पलेट यूज करो, सबको मेल करो एंड दैट्स हाउ यू फाइंड क्लाइंट्स. दैट इज नॉट
हाँ.
द वे,
Hmm.
right? If you ask the instructor also, they would not have found their clients like that, to be
Hmm.
really honest. उनका
Hmm.
खुद का personal brand रहेगा, LinkedIn पर active रहेगा, कहीं पर active रहेगा, and that's how they would have found clients.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So मेरे इस cohort में, and I'll probably I'm recording it and I'll post it on my courses platform, but basically इसमें ये question भी बहुत आता है कि how to find clients. And उस पे मैंने
Hmm.
जब session लिया था, उस पे जब मैंने research की थी, तो
Hmm.
दो major ways है. One
Hmm.
is something called as second degrees of separation. So
Okay.
your first degree is whoever you know personally. So all of your friends
Hmm.
would be comprising in your first degree of separation. The
Hmm.
second degree is your friend's friend. ठीक है?
Yeah. Yeah.
तो अभी समझो तुम्हारा कोई दोस्त है या तुम मुझे जानते हो, मेरा कोई
Hmm.
दोस्त होगा, तो दैट इज योर सेकेंड डिग्री. ओके?
Hmm. Hmm.
And every person on this entire world is
Hmm.
at a maximum of 6 degrees of separation from you. Okay?
Okay.
Just let that sink in. So
Yeah, I
basically
think मैंने कल ही सुना कहीं पे तो कि like I was talking with someone or something or the other, उसमें I
yeah,
think I heard कि भाई तुमको अगर किसी से contact कर रहे हो just 7 contacts away or something, the theory.
yeah, exactly. So
Hmm.
6 or 7, right? So
Yeah.
basically they are not that far away.
Hmm. Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
they are quite in reach. The thing that happens is most of the clients that you'll get would be from your second degree of separation. तो अभी तुम्हें concentrate करना है कि तुम्हारा जो first degree है, the people you surround yourself with, can they bring in those clients? Are they knowing what you're doing in the first place? अगर उनको ही नहीं पता है कि भाई ये हमारा दोस्त है, वो podcast run करता है, तो वो लोग अपने दोस्तों को कैसे बुलाएंगे कि I know this creator, you can probably contact him and bring him on the podcast, right? So you need to market yourself, you need to put it on social media, you need to put it out there. Everyone should know what you're doing. ठीक है, ये बेसिक चीज है. दैट इज द फर्स्ट वे ऑफ फाइंडिंग क्लाइंट्स, व्हिच इज थ्रू द सेकंड डिग्री. And I think most of my freelance clients were through that. And of course through social media also. The second one is rather difficult. So basically this is through building your proper marketing funnel, which is like टॉप पे आ जाता है अपना सोशल मीडिया. जैसे अगर तुम देखोगे मेरे इंस्टाग्राम, ट्विटर, लिंक्डइन, सब जगह से आई एम टेकिंग देम ऑल टू माय यूट्यूब पेज. ठीक है, यूट्यूब पर लेके जाता हूँ, फिर यूट्यूब पे दे कंज्यूम माई कॉन्टेंट, दे वॉच माई लॉन्ग फॉर्म कॉन्टेंट. लॉन्ग फॉर्म कॉन्टेंट से दे देन are shifted towards my courses platform, which is courses.alisolanki.com. And they are then shifted towards my website or something like that, right? अब वहां से they see my projects, they see what I've done, what I've built and all the things that I do currently. वहां से फिर मैं नीचे लेके जाता हूँ कि this is my contact details, this is my email address, this is my Calendly link or whatever, and you can schedule a call with me. Now once they do that, they are the most likely to be converted to a premium client for me. Why? Because they've gone through all of this process and then come over here.
It's time taking process, but yeah, you will have long time clients.
तो उसमें क्या हो जाता है कि हर एक स्टेप पे यू नीड टू इंक्रीज योर कन्वर्जन्स. सबसे पहले स्टेप हो जाता है कि सोशल मीडिया. तो सोशल मीडिया पे यू नीड टू मेक कंसिस्टेंट कंटेंट एंड मेक श्योर दैट द व्यूज आर हाई एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स. सेकंड स्टेप जैसे मैंने बताया, कोर्सेज का प्लेटफॉर्म या वॉट एवर यू हैव. मेरे लिए कोर्सेज का प्लेटफॉर्म है, तो आई सी द नंबर ऑफ वेबसाइट विजिट्स ऑन माई वेबसाइट और समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो उसको मैं इंक्रीज करने की ट्राई करता हूँ. फिर थर्ड लेवल, फोर्थ लेवल, ऐसे हर एक स्टेप को इंक्रीज करना है. द कन्वर्जन रेट इज समथिंग दैट यू नीड टू टारगेट.
ओके, सो एक और क्वेश्चन था मेरे को कि इफ समवन इज स्टार्टिंग कंटेंट क्रिएशन, सो उसको कौन से जॉनरा में अभी जाना चाहिए, कौन सा नीश अभी बेस्ट है कंटेंट क्रिएट करने के लिए?
द बेस्ट नीश राइट नाउ, सो उसमें फिर डिफरेंशिएट रहता है. तो एक रहता है कि do you want to make the most amount of money through content? Do you want to build a business through content? Or do you just want to get fame and get the most amount of likes?
Kind of build your personal brand के लिए, personal branding के लिए.
So personal brand is about yourself, right? So the niche that you would have to pick is telling out stories, telling out your daily activities that you're doing. So personal brand के लिए you have to document your journey. कि तुम जो भी कर रहे हो तुम बता रहे हो लोगों को, उससे जो भी सीख रहे हो तुम बता रहे हो लोगों को. So that is a niche that you can pick for yourself.
Okay, in that niche I think my favorite creator will be, if you know Akash Majumdar.
Of course, yeah,
he's one of the best in that field.
Yeah, his edits are quite good. I mean उसके edits के लिए यार मैं तो fan हूँ उसका.
Like you know him?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so continue. You're saying something.
Yeah, so I was just saying कि personal brand अगर build करना है, so you have to put out your own stories. जैसे आकाश का तुमने example दिया, he also puts in whatever he is doing just out there, right? अभी वो college में है, वो college के बारे में बात करेगा. College से जैसे ही graduate हो जाएगा ये साल, तो probably he might talk about other things. So that is how it transitions for building your personal brand. अगर personal brand नहीं build करना है, you just want to put out a single piece of content. For example, finance creators को तुम देखोगे तो they usually have a specific niche कि finance के बारे में बात करना है, finance के बारे में ही बात करूँगा और कुछ नहीं. Maybe someone who's a doctor would only talk about that aspect of the content. They would not get into any other things. So personal brand के लिए you need to venture into other things also. You need to make sure that the audience understands you as a person, and you're not just a person who's sitting in front of the camera and talking to the camera as if you're reading a script. You should be a real person. A real person has likes, dislikes and all these things. So वो सब cover होना चाहिए.
Okay. So Ali, I have one more question about productivity. As
Hmm.
like मैंने देखा है कि डोपामिन डिटॉक्स करते हैं लोग एंड
Hmm.
मैंने खुद ट्राई करा है बट मेरे को नहीं लगता कि वो वर्क करता है बिकॉज 7 दिन तक तुम नहीं यूज करोगे, उसके बाद तुम यूज
Hmm.
करते हो एंड आई थिंक आप ज्यादा एडिक्ट हो जाते हो क्योंकि वो चीजों के लिए आप अपने आप को लाइक रोक के रखते हो. यू जस्ट गेटिंग टू जस्ट जंप ओवर दैट एंड यू जस्ट स्पेंड स्क्रोलिंग इंस्टाग्राम 7-10 hours chatting with people. So like I don't think that works.
Hmm.
So how do you maintain your productivity and how you just complete all your tasks on time and other things?
So again, like productivity क्या है कि
Hmm.
you are focusing on one task, and why
Hmm.
is it not there? It's because you are probably scrolling through Instagram or scrolling
Hmm.
through something and basically getting distracted, right?
Hmm.
Distraction is the main enemy.
Yeah.
So how do you remove distractions now?
Hmm.
Best way that worked for me
Hmm.
specifically
Hmm.
was that मेरे पास tasks होते हैं कि दिन में
Hmm.
इतने टास्क तो करने हैं तो करने ही हैं.
Hmm.
Now once I have those tasks, I have a goal in mind कि ये सब चीजें करनी है. So I
Hmm.
then just sit by it, and अगर कोई distraction भी आ जाता है, there is some notification that comes up on my phone, or
Hmm.
maybe कोई reel दिख गया मुझे and I want to scroll down to see
Hmm.
maybe more reels.
Hmm.
वो सब कम हो जाता है बिकॉज आई नो दैट अभी मैं फोन यूज कर रहा हूँ, बट यहाँ पे जो स्क्रीन है, लैपटॉप की जो स्क्रीन है, उस पर मेरा कुछ काम चल रहा है, एंड दैट इज
Hmm.
पेंडिंग, दैट इज keeping on keeping me focused to throughout the thing. And another thing
Okay.
is अभी तुम देखोगे कि when you watch Netflix के shows or series or
Hmm.
whatever,
Hmm.
तुम 7-7 घंटे you just
Hmm.
watch or binge watch
Hmm.
the entire series. Why
Yeah.
are you not distracted at that time? तुम्हें
Hmm.
notifications तो आते ही है, तुम तो
Hmm.
phone ही use कर रहे हो, right? You're getting
Exactly.
messages or whatever, but you're
Hmm.
not getting distracted.
Hmm.
Why? Because it's fun, right?
Yeah.
It's fun to watch what you are watching at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, what I am doing right now on my laptop or whatever work that I'm doing is fun for me,
Yeah.
right? तो
Okay.
अपने काम को ना थोड़ा energetic और थोड़ा fun बनाओ. That is the
Hmm.
best way to increase your productivity. If it's
Hmm.
fun to you, then you'd probably do it more.
Hmm. Okay. So, as you also said, you are a blockchain developer, right? So,
Yeah.
if someone wants to start learning about blockchain, what is the best place or best website you would recommend? And like, कितने दिन लगते हैं उसको सीखने के लिए?
Yeah, so अभी blockchain development सीखना है, so there is this website called BuildSpace, right? So
Okay.
BuildSpace से मैंने शायद से बहुत कुछ सीखा है.
Hmm.
मेरे दोस्तों ने भी बहुत सीखा है, to be really honest.
Hmm.
And I've gotten the best reviews for that particular website because उस पर जो भी courses है, as I just told you, कि most
Hmm.
of the courses are towards not practical things, right? It's just
Hmm.
theory. कुछ
Hmm.
practical चीजें बना नहीं रहे. Build
Hmm.
space में उल्टा है, that
Hmm.
is actually building some stuff and
Okay.
learning through that. So build
Okay.
space एक platform है जो check out कर सकते हैं. Another is
Hmm.
of course, if you are not an experienced developer, if you don't know anything about crypto, if you don't know anything about blockchain,
Hmm.
then probably build space would not be the best place, क्योंकि वहाँ
Okay.
पर थोड़ा advanced है, right? That
Hmm.
is intermediate, to be really
Okay.
honest.
Okay.
तो एकदम स्क्रैच से चालू करना है, सो यू कैन गो ओवर टू यूट्यूब, सर्च फॉर माय प्लेलिस्ट. मैंने वहाँ पर
Hmm.
सारे वीडियोस डाल के रखे,
Hmm.
क्रिप्टो वर्ल्ड करके प्लेलिस्ट बनाई है, सो यू कैन गो चेक
Okay.
दैट आउट.
Okay.
अनदर इज इफ यू आर सीरियस अबाउट इट, if you
Hmm.
want a proper like roadmap and want to start from scratch, then you can go over to my courses platform. वहाँ पर मैंने एक detailed course बनाया है. It takes
Hmm.
you right from basics of crypto, basics of blockchain,
Hmm.
doing some trades, everything, right? Trading से
Hmm.
लेके blockchain development तक, everything is covered over there. Um,
Okay.
so you can probably go and check that out, and
Hmm.
then maybe shift over to build space and meta school and all these other websites that are
Hmm.
out there
Hmm.
for people.
Okay. And if someone is seriously learning, like if anyone is putting 6 to 10 hours a day, how many days
Hmm.
it will take for him to like at least get a basic or get a very good idea of blockchain development?
So it really depends, right? So जैसे मैंने
Hmm.
बताया, I started my blockchain development journey through a hackathon, right? वो hackathon
Okay.
तो बस 24 to 48 hours का रहता है,
Hmm.
and वहाँ पर कुछ बनाना रहता है, right? You need to
Yeah.
build a product or something.
Yeah.
So वहां पर मैं पहली बार ब्लॉकचेन का नाम सुन रहा था, एंड आई एक्चुअली एट द एंड ऑफ द हैकेथॉन आई बिल्ट समथिंग ऑन टॉप ऑफ अ ब्लॉकचेन, एंड इट वाज
Okay.
इनटू क्वाड्रेटिक फंडिंग और वो सब चीजें,
Hmm.
बट आई डोंट वांट टू गेट डीप इनटू इट, बट
Hmm.
बेसिकली आई बिल्ट समथिंग ऑन ब्लॉकचेन, right? I had a working product with me. So to be really honest,
Hmm.
24 to 48 hours is all it takes to learn the basics and
Hmm.
start your journey with
Hmm.
solidity and everything.
Yeah.
But if you want to get deep into it, blockchain में फिर बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. You have metaverses, you have crypto,
Hmm.
you have DeFi, you have GameFi, so many things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So अभी वो depend करता है, depending
Hmm.
on what sector you want to get into, you can learn that.
Okay, that's great. I think I would like to end up here.